Julian Alfred. Last week, the country was in a joyous mood. And this week, I'm collecting $5 million. So, at least I can give Julian something which she deserves. So it's a good time to be a solution. Very good time. You understand? And I want to tell you that we're very happy that we are in government at the time with friends like the Taiwanese. Because when we receive the grant funds from the Taiwanese, we can see exactly where it goes. It's not used as how people think it ought to be used, like to pay things you never hear about. It's not used to say that we're using grant funds to buy AstroTurf that will never benefit the people of St. Lucia how it ought to benefit them. We take that money to invest in the people of St. Lucia. And the people can see how that money is invested. The people will see. If you ask the people of St. Lucia, how was the grant fund used before? I doubt you will get a definitive answer. The answer you'll get is what somebody says that it was used for. That's what you'll get. But when you ask us, how do we use the Taiwanese grant funds, we can tell you exactly what we do with it, where is it, and how the people benefit. So the $5 million that we are getting today complements the government of Taiwan. We are going to be using it to benefit the people of St. Lucia. The people. How is it going to benefit the people of St. Lucia? For a change, my constituency will get something. I see my colleagues get serious. You understand? So, the people of Bagatelle can look forward to that small road that they complain about. We're going to be slabbing a part of the drain so two vehicles can drive comfortably up the Bagatelle Road very shortly. So when the minister from the External Affairs Minister is using cross country to come to Castries, he'll have wider space to drive his vehicle. That is what we're going to do with these funds. So the people of Bagatelle can look forward very, very shortly to the slabbing of the drain and the resurfacing of the road. Very, very, very soon. The people will benefit from that. How are you going to use the rest of the money? We're going to use it. We're going to use it for a community center for Castries North and Castries East. $1.5 million. Now, all parliamentary reps that have community centers, don't look at me, big eye. There is no community center in Bocage or in Agad land or on top of it. There is no community center there. So we want to urge the civil servants to get the work done so the people of Castries East and Castries North cannot say that we came here today for a show and nothing is happening. For the first time, we can say in no uncertain terms that the money is there. The $1.5 million is there to start the HRDC or the community center for Castries North and Castries East, and show you how the politics was different at that time. When we conceived on that idea, the Honorable Senior Minister was in opposition. He was in opposition. The Honorable, or the former parliamentary rep, was Ignatius Jean. And we we sat and we decided that, listen to me, we need to have a community center up in that area. So we acquired the land. Then Jean lost the seat and Steve became parliamentary rep. And I said to him, listen to me, we have to get a community center that we will share. I don't know if he remembers that. I said we will share it. Now he was in opposition, put blows on me, and I put blows on him. But we decided that we would share the community center. So that hatred, and that hatred that is being put out now, was not there at the time. Because he was in opposition, and we said, listen, we're going to share a community center. Because we weren't interested in ourselves. We weren't interested in taking revenge. We weren't interested in creating discord. We were interested, even though we're in different parties, we're interested in benefiting the people of the country. That's what we were interested in. So we decided that, listen to me, we would share a community center. And he went into government, he became prime minister, we continued. I think he's the one who completed the acquisition of the land. Now we have some issues over there because of the area, but we are going to be continuing that community center. In opposite parties, in different parties. You understand? You know why? Our motives were different. Our motives were not based on revenge, and our motives were not based on creating war, and our motives were not based on anger. Our motives were to promote and advance the people of the country. What are you going to use the rest of the money for? You're going to be using it for an innovation hub for the young people of St. Lucia. Novel. That came forward as an extension of the youth economy. The youth economy that they tried, that they attacked. The youth economy that right now they want to have dialogue with them to encourage them not to follow the philosophy of the youth economy. We're going to put $500,000 in an innovation hub. And that innovation hub is going to be managed by young St. Lucians. Young St. Lucians that we've never even sought. You know, a colleague of mine always says, evil things what evil does. And the more I listen to the politics of St. Lucia today, I see more of that. Evil things what evil does. Because these two young St. Lucians, and my personal assistant can testify to that, I did not even know them. What I read was the idea. The idea. And if you ask me right now, who are these two young people, I may not even be able to make them out. I don't remember their names. What I remember is the idea, their drive, their discipline, and their desire to move forward. So they're going to be working. We've got this $500,000 again from our friends in the government of Taiwan, so they can begin an innovation hub, which is going to benefit the young people of this country. Direct. We haven't tried to cloud their minds to tell them they'll not get anything if they support a particular political party. We haven't called them lazy. We haven't told them that they must think all the time of division, division, division. What we've told them is have an idea. Have an idea and the government will support you. So these people are going to benefit from the innovation hub. What are you going to use the rest of the $5 million for? We're going to use it for, put it in the Department of Housing, $1.3 million, and the Minister of Housing will sit with the Minister of Finance, and we will decide how. But again, it's going to go directly to the people of St. Lucia. This morning, I had some good news from the Minister. The housing renovation that he started for the underprivileged is going to be continued very shortly, and my colleagues will get the allocation. That is what we're going to use it for in the Ministry of Housing. We're going to use the remainder $679,000 for TVET education. Again, look at how this government, look at how we are systematically developing this country. We were the government of universal primary school education. We must remember that. We were the government of universal secondary school education. We were the government that is beginning one university graduate per household. We are the government who started the situation where facility fees are going to be paid by the government. We are the government that pays English and Maths for CXC students. And now we are the government that will make TVET education island-wide and specialized. So we will start 4 specialist TVET schools for the people of St. Lucia. That is what we're about. And these are not things men just sit down in a room and talk about. These are things. So I hope the minister invites me. We're going to be going to these schools to have a practical look at what is happening in these schools. And I want to invite the minister, the entire cabinet, because sometimes we do so many things. I don't think cabinet ministers remember what we do in the different ministries. 4 specialist TVET schools. That is what we are starting in this country coming September. Revolution in education. There's an education revolution that's happening, and we're not remembering that education revolution. Next week, we're going to be giving every non-government sponsored preschool $2,500 grant to help them in their facility. That is what we are doing. That's what we are doing. So I want to tell you, Mr. Ambassador, I want to convey our appreciation to the government and people of Taiwan. Our deep appreciation, because I understand that it's been said that our national debt, sometimes I listen to certain things and I wonder if the people saying it are serious or if they think the people listening are stupid. It's one of the two things. This country has experienced 3 years of economic growth. 3 straight years. And it's projected that economic growth this year projected will be about 7.5%. Projected. By the Central. Projected. Unemployment has never been lower for a decade. Never been lower for a decade. We are looking to go into single-digit unemployment very, very soon. Unemployment, we're looking to a single-digit. We are 10%. Hopefully, when the construction starts, because of the measures we've taken, we're going to see unemployment drop further. That is a country. That is a country that we are proud to be running, to be managing. That's a country. That is a country. You understand? That's a country of Julian Alfred. That's the country. You understand? So I really want to tell you that we are grateful, we are proud, and we are happy to be in St. Lucia at this time. And we really want to thank the people of St. Lucia for the cooperation that they have been giving us. And when you walk the streets and you hear from the people of St. Lucia how they are looking forward to getting their support for the school books program. They're looking forward for it. They're looking forward for it. They're looking forward for the STEP program that will help us clean the sides of the roads, because we've noticed now that there's a lot of bush and overhanging verges because of the intensive rainfall we've been having recently. And the people are excited. They're excited about the roads that we're going to be building. They're excited. So they will not get diverted. But because you see, this government is remaining focused. We are remaining focused on developing the country for the people of St. Lucia. We're not a government of revenge. We're not a government of anger. We're not a government of war. We're not a government of hatred. We're not a government of envy. We're not a government of bitterness. We are a government of love. We are a government that wants the entire country to benefit. And friends, for our friends, we will do it for the people of St. Lucia. So, Ambassador, I really want you to thank the government and tell them we know we've got some amounts for grants, etc. But there's always room for, you know what I mean? There's always room for improvement. Yes. Thank you, Senior Minister. There are a lot of things that we still need, you know. So we have a lot of things that we still need. We have a big sports program coming up. We have a sports program, a semi-professional football league. We want to see if we can expand it. We want to think about a 2020 cricket competition on Island Wide. That's what we want to think of. Possibly a semi-professional cricket league, 2020 cricket. These are things we are thinking of, because, you know, we believe that there are many more talent, there are many more Darren Sammys, there are many more Julian Charleses, there are many more of them, there are many more Guy Maturans, there are many more out there that we can tap. So we're thinking very seriously, and hopefully I can make an announcement very soon on a semi-professional 2020 cricket competition. I don't know why. Very soon. We're going to have discussions to see if we can get it done. So I want you also to thank you and to convey to your president and your cabinet our best wishes, and to inform him that our country is grateful, but our country is can also do with many other things. Many other things. So I'm sure my colleagues are also grateful, because this impacts on all their constituencies, and we look forward to a very progressive year. But we hope that nature doesn't cause any issues as far as climate is concerned, as far as hurricanes are concerned. So we're keeping our fingers crossed. But we're very thankful, and we look forward to St. Lucia continuing to soar into higher and higher heights. It's a great time to be a St. Lucian. It's a great time to be in St. Lucia. Thank you very much.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's ginger turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Another wonderful Friday afternoon to you, everyone. It is the 16th of August, 2024. This is The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph. Hope you're having a good day so far. Hope it has been a good week so far for you. And we are about to complete another weekly cycle of The Real Issues. Our program airs weekdays, Monday to Friday, holidays accepted, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM Radio, coming to you on the dual frequencies of 91.3 north of St. Lucia and 91.5 in the south, also simulcasting on NBC Television, channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We are on Facebook Live as well and live streaming via YouTube. Once again, I think we did put you on notice about it, but we apologize for the late start. That's because for this entire week we've been running this presentation addressed by the Prime Minister at a check handing over ceremony from the Taiwanese embassy, representing, of course, the government of the Republic of China, Taiwan, to St. Lucia. You know, folks, I have been looking at and listening to what's going on. And before I mention anything else, what I consider to be utterly negative and designed to always be depressing people and distracting people and diverting attention and making people become so absorbed with everything is bad, things are so bad in the country is in a terrible state, oh my goodness me, it has never been so bad, kind of thing and so on. And to each his own, who feels things are all bad in the country, let them think so. But as I've been listening to all that's been said, before I go down to lambast the excessive and unnecessary negativity, I think I speak for a lot of people who say that last night's Can I Help You with Honorable Richard Frederick and Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, cabinet colleagues, ministers in the cabinet of Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, it was an absolute dynamite program. And I do hope that it won't be long before Dr. Hilaire comes back. I do hope that other ministers, we've seen, for example, Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot, maybe others have come on the program, that they will make use of it where you have a program which is hosted by a colleague, by a fellow member of cabinet, that you can go there into the territory, not necessarily because it's safe, but because it's less likely to be treacherous, and to speak your truths, to say what you have to say, to give an account of your stewardship on behalf of the people of St. Lucia, as Dr. Hilaire did last night, further to what he had already done. And of course, with the energy, with the high octane firepower of Honorable Richard Frederick, it didn't surprise me that almost from the start to the finish, the viewership of that program held at 2,000 average. And I'm in the comments, he gave up trying to count, me trying to scroll through them. I just realized it was impossible. Bravo, gentlemen. Bravo, Honorable Richard Frederick. Bravo, Dr. Hilaire. And I would like to see more ministers come on their colleagues' program and speak and discuss and explain. Because it has occurred to me in all this CIP thing that's going on, that we may take for granted that we are living in modern times and technology times and internet times where people can Google everything and believe that people are a lot more knowledgeable. First of all, I think sometimes we overestimate the range, the demographic, the extent of people who are plugged into the internet and social media. And so many times when we are pitching our messages, if at all they're listening or they're paying attention, it's the young people we're most likely to get. And for all intents and purposes, a lot of the kinds of things that we want to pitch, it isn't their vibe. Just look at young people, the things that they like and so on, the things that they go for. But let's just say that there are other people. We mustn't take for granted that more people than actually are online are connected to the internet or on social media and are savvy about those things. A lot of terms are being bandied about. We may think everybody knows what CIP is and citizenship by investment, and perhaps we need to engage in an arduous, laborious, painstaking process of education of our people and never let up on it. One of the late George Odlum's greatest boasts was how he almost single-handedly undertook a relentless program for the political education, not of the people, in Odlum's language, the masses. And I think we need to be cognizant of that, the education of the masses. To start from the ground up, to never believe that, hey man, who doesn't know that, No, don't take that for granted. And it doesn't have to be via social media. It can be via the AGMs that you have, via your town hall meetings, via your political meetings. It can be one snippet at a time, as the Prime Minister's press secretary is very commendably doing. Take time, patiently. Explain to the people things like CIP, what it means, the whole citizenship thing, what it entitles a person to. Explain to people things like escrow account. What is an escrow account? What is it used for? Give an example, give an illustration. I think that was done last night. Do these kinds of things and don't take for granted. Because sometimes just a few catchphrases and buzzwords are just bandied about. CIP? And there are certain people who are notorious, but very experienced, very well rehearsed and practiced in taking advantage of the ignorance of the people, in helping to worsen the ignorance of the people, because it serves their purposes, devious purposes more. That just like they did with impacts report and other things, as well as CIP, sir. As well as have a corruption. Yesterday I was passing in town and a cousin of mine saw me from a distance, and like you say, he hailed me up, Ordinarily, before I move, I would have gone and have a chat with him and so on, but another guy was sitting next to him and of course recognizes me. And as I'm going over to say hello to my cousin, he shouts something about CIP and the corruption in that thing and the money and so on, You have any of the money that no CIP Shelton for you to share with me? I just told my cousin I'll see you. And I turned my back, not because I'm upset, but because you recognize what's happening. Like I said, the very same thing in terms of impacts. That's what I impact, sir. But I impact, sir. Can you Anthony Metian the same thing, CIP, l'argent CIP, Even some people who have changed now, who have swung, as happens all the time. It comes in the territory. It's part of, the life of politics, etc. And so many other things. I remember back in the early 1980s, there was some funding program, some price support program called STABEX, price stabilization, whatever, for export earnings. Stabilization of export earnings funds that the British were providing to places like St. Lucia that were dependent on bananas, but bananas would have dipped because, for example, Hurricane Allen in 1980 and so on. So, you were dependent a lot for your export earnings on bananas, but bananas through natural disasters, disease and so on, whether it was leaf spot or some other fungal disease and so on, so your export earnings. So they would give some kind of price support called Stabex, and there was a continuous thing where I remember Peter Josie was Minister of Agriculture, was it at the time or whatever, was being relentlessly accused of stealing the Stabex money, and one time he was on a program, I think that program was hosted by Dave Samuels on Radio St. Lucia at the time, you know, whether it was Getting Down or Say It Loud or whatever, and it was like, Josie couldn't get a chance to make 2 words to explain, you know, about the Stabex money. L'argent Stabex là. Nous voulons savoir qui ça fait puis l'argent Stabex là. And I'm telling you, at that time in opposition, looking to come back into government, which he did, John Compton was a master at that. Keep hitting the same place over and over and over, you know, with the same thing. L'argent Stabex là. L'argent Stabex là. You know, he steal the money. Nobody could ever prove anything. I wonder if he remembers that, Peter Josie, you know. You know, it's a very long time, and it's a very long distance that he's traveled, particularly on his new yellow journey. But this is the kind of thing we have in St. Lucia. CIP, and you can explain many things, and admittedly CIP has its own complexities about it in terms of understanding it. Not anybody I struggle to understand because there are so many dimensions to CIP. You know, the legal, the statutory, the regulations, the different programs, the investment option, the real estate option, you know, the donation option, the National Economic Fund, whatever. I mean, it can spin your head a bit. I want to say that there needs to be some time spent to explain to people what exactly is the citizenship by investment program. And also to destroy the notion that St. Lucia is out there on a misadventure, on a frolic of its own in CIP. When you have so many countries, including some you would never imagine, developed countries in Europe like Malta and so many others, even the United States, Canada, all of them, they may not call it that, but they have versions of citizenship by investment programs. But when it is convenient, when it is expedient, when it serves the opportunism of the times for people to make you believe that there is some kind of misadventure and some kind of dubious, if not outright criminal enterprise that the Labour Party under Philip JPA is embarking upon, it's convenient for them to allow us or encourage us, urge us to forget that they were the ones who really took it forward, including all this brouhaha about Galaxy. Almost all the things being complained of now were done by them during their tenure in government. But the people need to understand. They need to understand why we have to go. Educate the people about the forces that were ranged and militating against us with the collapse of our banana industry, the relentless war that was waged against it, the very dismal prospects facing us as independent countries, Europe coming together and so on, the marginalization of places like the Caribbean, the attack that went against our financial services industry, which were looking to be another plank of economic development and export earnings, the problems that we had with tourism and so on, the stiff competition from Latin America, from places like Mexico and those other countries. Serious problems that we had. They don't want to hear anything we have to say about reparations. They're trying to shoot that down as quickly as possible. I mean, we're getting it in the neck on all sides. Nobody need over, no there, and we don't have anywhere to turn. That initiatives like the CIP and other programs like that to kind of give us a lifeline was some of the things that we had to think about and emulate and create and so on to give us a hope, a prayer of a chance of economic survival in a world that was totally hostile and inconsiderate and so on. It was the WTO rules and the new rules-based order, and you expected to play by the rules, and we don't want to hear anything about your dashing farmers going to get any kind of concession. The days of concession and price support and all is over. You have to compete on an equal footing and so on. You know, yeah, that was it. The sardines had to learn to swim with the sharks, and don't come and complain about the sharks will gobble you up. Find a way in the sea as equal partners and so on, regardless of what the reality spoke. CIP is not any criminal thing. The fact is CIP, just like offshore banking services and offshore financial services, the people do not want money to leave their jurisdictions and flow to ours. They do not want what they consider to be a capital flight of their wealth from their countries to ours. It's okay if it happens the other way. If their companies come and exploit our forests to make timber and to exploit us in other ways with hotels and they're not banking here, the money is repatriated to their home, to their home countries and all these kind of things. The capital flight is okay for us who already piss poor. But if there is any hint of capital flight through offshore financial services and so on, through CIP, they will do anything to totally crush us to prevent it. And when you find people who are supposed to be having our back, who we gave a chance to elect to the high office of Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, in charge of our coffers, in charge of our treasury and so on, and they seem to be taking the side of those merciless developed countries, at one time what they call themselves the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and it was everything you did, they were finding some fault and threatening you that they were going to blacklist you if you did not put this law, whatever, to report. Even America did the same thing, FATCA. All right? Foreign Account Tax Compliance, authority or something like that. That you had to report to the U.S. Treasury if any American or even someone who is a St. Lucian but they became a naturalized American green card holder, whatever it was, that you had to report to them if they had a bank account in St. Lucia that held more than 10,000 US money, whatever it was. I mean, all these kind of things, extraterritorial extension of their domestic law over us and so on. We have all these things to contend with. And any little thing, if they're not threatening us with blacklisting and with sanctions and with revocation of visa-free waivers and so on, over time there's too much going on with you. They just decide that your correspondent banking relationships with banks in the state that you need for your checks and your money orders and your visa things, whatever, to clear and so on. Otherwise, you cannot make those purchases and those transfers via Western Union and all of that because they have to have a correspondent bank. I mean, you were a money order, drunk draft, whatever you call it and so on. Look upon it. When it is issued to in St. Lucia, it says, drawn on so-and-so bank, so-and-so Water Street in New York and all of that. That is it. And when those banks consider, too much trouble with St. Lucia, the level of business we're getting from them, it doesn't even scratch our bottom line. So they just end the correspondent banking relationship with you. Like the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda describes it, it's like being debunked. You're being stripped of your banking capacity, you're being stripped of your banking resource, you're being stripped of your banking facilities. And when you don't have that, you're dead in the water. And when you find people here who seem to be trying to raise some kind of brouhaha that will earn us negative attention from the United States financial and banking system so that we can be debunked through the termination, the loss of correspondent banking relationships, you do not need me to persuade you how truly diabolical such people are. Our only value to them is to make us bend over to them, make us prostrate ourselves before them and kneel as if they are rulers. I'm so very happy that last night we had this program. Well done, Honorable Richard Frederick. Well done, Dr. Ernest Tilley. Now I'm told that the protagonist, the foreign protagonist, the one who's been in jail and all kind of things in America and in France, I'm told that he was supposed to call another local information medium now to respond to what Dr. Hille had to say last night and etc. whatever and so on. I have to ask myself, do we have more than one leader of the opposition? Has our leader of the opposition abdicated? Has our leader of the opposition ceded his responsibilities, his privileges to someone else? Has he vacated his position, or more so, has he deserted it? Because I even understand that he is leaving St. Lucia to go to the United States, to Washington, so that he can hear what this protagonist, to whom he seems to have abdicated and ceded his responsibilities. So right now, it's not a case of the leader of the opposition leading the opposition. The leader of the opposition is being led by the hand, like he's some kind of meek, some kind of hung out patsy, some kind of yard fowl of a foreigner, and not even a foreigner with any sparkle and shine, with anything illustrious about him, a foreigner who's a jailbird, who has been convicted and imprisoned for fraud and money laundering and those kinds of things, a foreigner who believed that St. Lucia running its citizenship by investment program, according to its sovereign prerogatives, as exercised and vested in a government that is elected by its people, and they could not be more elected by its people given the resounding, spanking, overwhelming, landslide majorities with which they won the last election, which is just 3 years ago. You want to come and dictate to us our sovereign policies with regard to how we run our economy? Let's imagine all the accusations you say about discounting and underpricing and the underselling you and the undercutting you and so on. Brother man, isn't that what it happens that you take your chances in the free market, in the capitalist free enterprise system? Isn't that the thing that people do, that what they call for market penetration? They do what are known as loss leaders. So if you're selling beverages and so on, there are some people who I know used to do that. You sell it to them at $2, per bottle and so on. They make their own calculations and they say, look, I will sell it for $150. The amount of people that I will attract, I'll have a happy hour. Whatever I lose on it, I know that is the time the people will come and buy the sauce and buy the roast. They'll buy so much that the 50 cents that I lose on every bottle, I am going to more than make it back on the sales that I will generate. A lot of time now when they have dances in the country, the people who have the dance, either they reduce the door price or they let people come in, they just free up the door. Because they know they're going to get it on the bar. That the people who come, they will buy drinks at the bar and they'll make up, or so it is the calculations. If somebody, you give them the authority or the authorization to sell, whether it's passports or shares, and you tell them, look, as long as you bring to me $200 million every year for it, whatever you do with it, that's not our business. The person wants, and in order to rope in people, they go and they sell the shares at a price that does not reach the amount that you expect they would want for profit for themselves. Once they give you your money, what quarrel you have with them? Once they give you what they have for you, what quarrel you have with them? What is your problem if they decide to take loss leaders? If they decide to employ market penetration tactics? If they decide to drop on the profit margin so that they can compensate by to the volume of sales? They will increase volume and reduce margin. They believe the increased volume will make up for the lost margin. I don't know exactly what's happening there and so on. But let me tell you about RICO, a little that I know about it from my own reading about it. RICO stands for Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organization. It's a law in the United States. For the most part, RICO, and most of us would know that there are two main branches of law. There is criminal law and there is civil law. There is the criminal law which they will prosecute, using things that have to do with criminal investigation and criminal prosecution and matters like the DPP and the commissioner. And there is civil law where people can bring in mostly private lawsuits. RICO, for the most part, is targeted at criminal enterprises, criminal organizations, criminal networks, and so on. Private individuals do not go and prosecute those things. They bring complaints and it is the public prosecutor or whatever that will bring it. You make a complaint to the police, somebody chop you, whatever. Yes, you are the complainant, but it is a crime. It is something that falls within the resources and the capacity of the state and the responsibility of the state to prosecute. However, after the prosecution has gone and they found the guy guilty, whatever, and sentence him to prison, I can now go and file a civil lawsuit to say, look, okay, they sent him to prison, but I lost my arm, I can't work. Meanwhile, he has 5 acres of land. I am suing so that at least 3 acres I can get so that I can sell or farm whatever to make up for what I have lost. The law permits you that. O.J. Simpson found himself in this same situation in America. At the very same way that they found him not guilty of murdering his ex-wife, Nicole Simpson. and the young man it seems she was dating, Ron Goldman. He was found not guilty in the criminal, but there was a lawsuit that was filed for wrongful death, and they found him liable. You can't say guilty in this case. Guilty belongs to the criminal prosecution. But they found him liable, and they assessed that the liability of what he had to pay to make up for whatever the loss he caused to the family of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, $25 million US. What RICO does is that RICO is, for the most part, because it is targeted at criminal enterprises, is the domain of United States prosecutors, criminal prosecutors, special prosecutors, public counsel and so on, government people, whether at the state or federal level or even lower than that. The criminal aspect of RICO is handled by the criminal law enforcement authorities and agencies of America. Martinez is not there. However, the law allows you to bring a private RICO lawsuit to say, look, as a result of this racketeering influence criminal organization, or corrupt organization, I think, racketeering influence, corrupt organization, I suffered loss. So I am going to sue within the context of RICO to say that, look, I suffered loss, and the RICO private lawsuit allows you to recover losses if they find in your favor up to 3 times the amount that you actually lost. So if you can convince them that you lost $300,000, let's say US, depending on how the case goes, the trial and what they find, you can actually end up winning compensation of 3 times that amount, almost $1 million or $1 million US. 3 3s are 9, so 900,000 whatever you can get for that. But I would assume that if you are to get this award, there first must be a determination made, I would assume, within the criminal jurisdiction that what you are suing is in fact has been judged, has been accepted, has been sentenced, has been pronounced to be a RICO, racketeering influence corrupt organization. But let's say you can go ahead and do it without any determination made in the criminal divisions of the federal court or the state court in Miami or municipal, whatever level it is taken as. But the fact is, for you to bring a private RICO lawsuit successfully, you have to show the losses that you suffered as a result of what is deemed to be a RICO, a racketeering influence corrupt organization. Martinez has never done business in St. Lucia with St. Lucia's CIP, with the government of St. Lucia. Only because a company which has transnational reach called Galaxy Caribbean, which did business in St. Kitts, and which has moved to St. Lucia at the invitation and welcome and acceptance of the previous government under Alan Chasney, Martinez is claiming that they are engaging in a corrupt practice of selling the shares in the CIP thing so low that it is undercutting him that he can't get to sell. Okay, that may have been true in St. Kitts. But what about St. Lucia? Galaxy, you mean they ought not to incorporate in St. Lucia or allowed to incorporate in St. Lucia because they were underselling you and undercutting you? You want to dictate to St. Lucia that they can't do business with Galaxy because you had a problem with them in St. Kitts? Your buddy Alan Chasney is the one who brought them there. He's the one who welcomed them. He, Bradley Felix, Dominic Fede, they sang their praises. They said they did all the due diligence, all the research, everything on them, and they found them to be okay. Not a problem at all, But the question is, what loss has Martinez suffered that is as a consequence of the CIP in St. Lucia and the operations of Galaxy in St. Lucia when you don't do any business with St. Lucia? You don't do any business with the CIP in St. Lucia. You don't do any business with Galaxy in St. Lucia. And the man wants to come and the man wants to dictate to the government and so on. And Alan Chasney now is going to go and prostrate himself before Martinez, demonstrating that Alan Chasney is very clueless as leader of the opposition. He was clueless as prime minister. But let's say prime minister, minister of finance, all of that is a heavy weight of responsibility, a multiplicity of portfolios overseeing, your cabinet and all this kind of thing. But as leader of the opposition, you so effete, you so incompetent, you so weak that you need a foreigner to come and to basically be holding you by the hand and leading you to where you want to go, and you want the whole country to follow after this guy, this sleazy character called Martinez. How can you do that without giving the impression that you are sleazy yourself in some way? That you let in Martinez? But I'll leave it at that, folks. I'll leave it at that. We started a little late. A half hour has gone already. So let's take a break, and when we come back, I'll open the phone line straight away for your calls and for your messages.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and streaming with us. 758-453-7458.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? when there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
The country needed to be rescued from the abyss into which it was plunging. The majority of you accepted my offer to lead that rescue mission. The full rescue team also includes you, the people.
Over the past 3 years, the solution economy has been growing. The growth is being experienced across many sectors, with business confidence up and unemployment down.
This government always defends the interests of the people of St. Lucia.
The 2 years after COVID, and then I get the $1,500. It helped me a lot, and it pushed me in front to open a little business. Now I can put food on my table right now.
When I heard about the MSME, I was like, boom, opportunity. I could make something actually happen, you know.
And young people must not suffer the frustration that they suffer when they go to other organizations.
Entrepreneurship is something that is needed in our country. We need people to take the leap and be entrepreneurs to help the economy grow.
He honored his promise, and I respect him, and I give him thanks. Philip J. Pierre, I thank you with all my heart and soul.
As Prime Minister, I promise to be Prime Minister not for some of the people, but for all the people.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Live streaming has become one of the best ways to connect the funeral of a loved one with friends and family, both local and international. NBC Television will live stream your funerals on television and Facebook at a reasonable rate. With our state-of-the-art equipment, you can be assured that the quality of your funeral will be to your satisfaction. Call our office now and book your obituary and stream with us. 758-453-7458.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
That walk of progress coming up on the 25th of this month. Today is the 16th. You do the calculation. We're talking about 9 more days, and it will be the walk of progress starting 2:30 p.m. at the VG playing field at the SAB and going on through town. You don't need to know anything after that. Just to gather at the SAB, the VG playing field, 2:30 p.m. for the start of the Walk of Progress on Sunday, August 25th, culminating after a good meandering through the town, culminating on the Castries market steps. Let me once again congratulate Honorable Richard Frederick for standing up robustly, firmly, uncompromisingly when Philip Martinez tried to call him last evening, yesterday afternoon, and Honorable Richard Frederick refusing to take that call, not answering it at all. And he messaged Honorable Richard Frederick, and I think that was the right stance. And if more people had taken that position, a lot of the intimidation and the fear mongering, and you need to come and talk to me or else you'll be in trouble, that would not have happened. That is what this man is doing, calling different people and then going to say how I spoke with Minister King, but I will not say what he told me. Just deliberately hanging that kind of, speculation and doubt and wondering, what did he say? Did he say something about me? What's out there? What's on me? What do they have on me? This kind of thing. This is what he's doing, and he was trying to do it to more members of the cabinet, to call the Prime Minister to come and meet with him, and McLeod Emmanuel going to talk to him and hinting that he has recordings that he was secretly taping him and all of that. Who wants to talk to you when you're doing this kind of thing? You tell people you're suing them already, and yet you're trying to browbeat them and blackmail them and bully them and all to come and meet with you, and then for you to go and brag that you have a lot of evidence based upon what this one spoke to you. How can you be sued? Wait for your day in court. You're engaging in all this underhanded entrapment, efforts and methods against people and so on. I mean, like I say, he's a sleazy character. This is an absolute scumbag. Nobody should talk to him, not even to say good morning. You're suing people, but that is what, and I understand there is a lawyer, a local lawyer, who has been facilitating that kind of thing. I hope that lawyer gets his day before whatever the applicable or relevant disciplinary tribunal, the Bar Council, whatever it is and so on, that they look into those things and thoroughly investigate it. The telephone lines are open for your calls. The numbers are 487-9849 and 4533911. 487-9849, 4533911 are the numbers to dial on this last program for the real issues for the week. On this Friday, we'll be back again starting Monday and going on to another Friday. Real issues, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. How do you do, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. You're on the air. Go ahead.
I'm good. Sheldon, I can't believe what I heard last night. Are you telling me because of that guy's problem with the petition?
Yeah.
He wants to drag us in the mud?
Exactly. And he has people
to help him fight our sister island?
Yeah. And he have people here encouraging him in that foolishness.
Nah, it ain't no foolishness, man. Withdraw that statement, you're a bright boy. Don't make that mistake. From the get-go, I said on that radio station, Alan was behind that crap when that thing began. And now everybody knows he's the mastermind behind it all. Well, let me tell St. Lucian what it is all about. He wants... This is the guy who spoke on TV. How he went to St. Kitts and these guys got the doors. Hello. You know they have doors and now they don't have doors.
Yeah, they're doing such a wonderful job in St. Kitts, And
they have the bills. They got the money.
Yeah.
So what happened to the doors now? So now I'll tell you what Alan wants to do. Alan, we are not stupid. We are smarter than you. The only fool in St. Lucia is you. I never went to school, Alan. As you said, none of us went to school, except you. But I never went to the Nata school. You went. So let me tell St. Lucians that never went to school, like myself, what Alan is up to. Alan wants to bring that guy to intimidate people in St. Lucia. They will give in. Then they will kick Galaxy out of St. Lucia. And that will have financial repercussions. Heavy ones. And then he will come back and tell people in St. Lucia, oh yes, I told you when PJP was a fool. and I can prove it.
Yeah.
So then, the money that PJB will have to pay Galaxy, we can't rub nothing in his face. We have said range, we have said this, we have said that. Then he have something to flag at us. Alan, PJP is no fool. He will not kick Galaxy for him to pay any money to them. They will stay there unless they do what they have to do. So you go and hang your hat somewhere else. And as for that, whosoever Martinez, Pinez.
Malpinez, as people say.
Martinez, Pinez. I ain't his name, so I don't know his name and I don't care now. You go and go somewhere else, you Martinez.
Yeah.
Because from what I was told, and from what I heard last night, man, get somewhere else to go hang your hat and leave us alone.
Yeah.
Have a good day, Shelton, have a good weekend.
Thank you very much. Do you know some of the people who have allowed themselves to be intimidated by this thing, including, I understand, people who are associated with, if not actually working on St. Lucia's CIP, a unit or office or whatever. You know, they were trying to urge the government to cancel the Galaxy contract. Cancel the Galaxy contract. Oh, yes, that would suit Martinez perfect. He has a beef with Galaxy now. So he wants the Galaxy shut down. So that's what they've been trying to do. And again, there is a lawyer who I hope he's made to answer some questions. There may be others, but there's one particular lawyer who also has a history and a past with Galaxy as well. So there may be multiple prongs of vendetta by people who had, things mash up now. The cake burns. So now you want to go after and you want to pull in all people on your side with them. This is what is going on there. Cake burn between people who were once buddies. So now they want to draw the whole country, into the stink hole of their little beef that they have with Galaxy. We have another caller on the line. Hello.
Yes, hello, Sheldon.
How are you doing, caller?
Not bad at all. Let me tell you, there is something that we seems to be forgetting, Who is the prime minister who run the country broke? When he says the country has no money, the country is broke. You're all forgetting that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know,
But no, this is some things that the people have to remember. We have to remember these things, This is the man who run the country broke. And this man is trying to make people believe that he's some kind of guru, financial guru. He is nothing. This man is nothing. Shelton, thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Okay. 487-9849. You can WhatsApp call us on this number, and you can also call us on 4533-911. Now, I don't know if you all are listening to Martinez, because I understand he's supposed to be on some other medium. I don't know how long he will take, because he takes so long to say one sentence, like I said, this guy has been in America, is a citizen of America forever. I know he's French, he was born, but for the length of time this guy has been in America, operating in America, in St. Kitts, all the kind of thing. I don't understand how come he still struggles with a heavy continental European accent, takes a long time to express himself, never seems to know what word he wants to say. I don't know. To me, you should have been, acclimated and adapted whatever to the culture of English-speaking countries and so on in the Caribbean and North America. But we have another call on the line. Hello? Hello? Caller, you're on the air. This is weird, eh? All right. Maybe the person will call again. 487-9849 and 4533-911. The numbers to dial. Can you imagine St. Lucian people who's supposed to have the interest of the country at heart, even if you do not support the government, even if you want to replace them, even if governments are elected for 5 years, what national crisis we have that we need to go to the polls or change government. But regardless of that, you're not thinking of the effect on the people. All you're thinking about is you want to get back into power. And so you don't care what damage you do to the people. But this thing? We can say whatever we want. When you see people have reached that age, when you see they have reached that stage in life and they are a certain way, you can't reason with them, You can't talk to them anymore. They're set in their ways. Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hey, what's up, man? I thought you were listening the other side to the Malpin. I thought you were listening to some other side to hear what the Malpines has to say.
Nah, man. I'll tell you something. There's one thing I hate is bed bugs. So I don't want them anywhere around me. So I'm not talking about any penis this afternoon. I think, for me, my focus right now, until next Sunday, and after, and beyond that, is to focus on all the successes of our loving, caring, astute, and responsible government has undertaken over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, I will be highlighting every day a few things that they have done. So for now, I want the public to remember a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Free CXC math and English for CXC students.
Mm-hmm.
Free healthcare for those medication for 80 plus people. Performance-based financing in the health sector, whereby individuals 18 plus get free medication, free screening for hypertension and diabetes. 1 laptop per child, not ebook, program reinstatement. You know, securing finances for the completion of the St. Jude Hospital, and interestingly, just before Julian Alfred made us proud again, as she normally does, we heard that financing is available for the reconstruction or the rehabilitation of the George Odlum Stadium. And I could go on and on and on. The youth economy, and lots more. So what's sweeter than that, Shelton? Tell me.
I can't think of anything. Certainly.
Nothing sweeter than this. And there's more to come, and there's more sweet things to come, Shelton. So let me just say, in this case, hashtag in PIP I trust. And I think that should be the same for everybody. When the entire country benefits, we all benefit. You understand?
Yes.
And this selfish view that people believe that they should be getting contracts and direct benefits from ministers and MPs, this is not how it goes, and that's just a selfish way of thinking. So let the progress continue. I will see you next Sunday, and hopefully I will see everybody, whether red, yellow, green, black, white, gold. They are there next week Sunday, celebrating the progress of the St. Lucia Labour Party government.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it greatly. 487-9849. I think that number should now be on the screen. We've said goodbye to the previous one. And the 4533911. Jaquan, your hands on the button. What does that mean? Okay. All right, we're taking the calls. We're going until 2 o'clock. We're not going overtime, despite the fact that we started late. We'll refresh, recalibrate, and relaunch again on Monday coming. But meanwhile, we are taking your calls. Good afternoon to a lady called Linda, who sends me a message saying, why was there a need to engage agents for CIP? Why couldn't the CIP office deal with it? I don't know. It just seems to be the arrangement that's everywhere. I mean, it's the same arrangement where you have agents, you have marketers and promoters, you have these kinds of people. And usually I find the agents, if not all the time, are lawyers. So they're the people who can look into the legislation and understand what the legislation is saying, and so that they can guide clients accordingly in terms of the legal requirements that need to be met. Perhaps if it was the CIP office itself, it would have to turn into a legal advisory outfit where they would have to be providing legal services to people. And I don't know, whether people would believe that they have to pay a certain amount, because the CIP office would probably need to hire a lot of lawyers to come and do it, because there are certain things in the law that you really need lawyers to look into it for you and so on. Maybe, on this afternoon's program, we can look into, some aspects of the CIP Act. That is the initial one. There are a few little amendments, nothing all that great, that came on board in over the years since 2015 when that act was first passed. And it's something I put it up on the Real Issues WhatsApp group. And I would like to encourage people to take some time and to read it. Read those things as best as you can. Try to understand as much as you can from it. And so that we will not be ignorant about what is really there. Like I said, some minor, some amendments were made. But between the act and the regulations, from the time the act was passed in 2015 until 2022, there were about 9 amendments, and only 3 were done by the Labour Party. One before they lost office, that was around January 2016. They did a very small amendment to it, and they did 2 in 2022 after they returned to office, a year plus. But about 6 of the amendments that are shown were done during the tenure of the United Workers' Party. You know, whatever amendment, now I'm not saying the amendments were not needed, I'm not saying they were not wrong, but they amended things. And a lot of the things that they are complaining about now, siding with Martinez, are things that they put in place, you know, things that they did, things that they changed. So I don't know what's really going on here. Do you really hate your country so much? Let me see if I can get... I posted this in the WhatsApp group. Tell you what, Jaquan, I don't want to skip any of our breaks, so let's take a break right now, and when we come back, we'll go into our final 10 minutes or so of today's program.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The CDC opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
The man. Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sheldon.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm there listening to your program, and I'm saying like, Shelton really want that country to be destroyed. He really want that country to be destroyed. So tell me something, Sheldon. Doesn't they have a law for treason in St. Lucia? Because I think Shelton should be charged for treason. That's treason. You put in the life of ordinary St. Lucian man, children, and just name it in jeopardy like this?
The man know if he destroys St. Lucia, he have Canada, he have Martinique, he have France, he have Ireland, he has so many different places that he can go to, you know.
St. Lucia is all what we have. I mean, I'm living in the States now, and I'm real pissed off, you know. I mean, you can't have a man, I mean, siding with a con man with have no business relation with St. Lucia, all in the name of you not being in power or in government.
Exactly.
I think this man should be charged for treason. Trust me, Sheldon.
Yeah. And I want Shasta to come and explain to us after he gets his evidence. After he gets his evidence from Martinez, come and explain to us what losses and damages that Martinez suffered as a result of the actions of the CIP in St. Lucia and Galaxy's operations in St. Lucia. That's what I want to know, you know. I don't care about what experience you had with Galaxy in St. Kitts. Galaxy in St. Lucia, what they are doing in St. Lucia, and the CIU, the Citizenship by Investment Unit, St. Lucia CIP program, Ernest Hilaire, McLeod Emmanuel, what have they done in the course of their activities and operations in St. Lucia that has caused you loss, damage, and that has affected you?
But that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, Martinez have no business dealing with St. Lucia.
Exactly.
So where is all that coming from?
We all know, we just won't say.
We all know where it's coming from.
But we won't say. For legal reasons, we won't say.
I mean, I live in the States right now, and I'm telling you, Philip J. Pierre will go down in history as one of the best prime minister after Kennedy, Anthony, and John Compton St. Lucia ever had.
Yeah, let's keep him in our prayers.
I'm telling you, I mean, the government need to put a stop into that. Trust me. Out of the blues, the country is doing so well. Laptop for kids, pensioners, minimum wage, LIAT workers, just name it. I mean, semi-professional. I mean, just name it across the board.
That's right. Well thought out.
What I mean, Philip J. Pierre is a man of vision. I'm not just saying that, Sheldon. Philip J. Pierre, the Prime Minister, a man of vision.
Yes.
And to see an opposition leader who is so sour, trying to destroy the good works of this government, I mean, this need to put a stop in. Trust me, Sheldon. And thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
All right. We're going. In the CIP Act of 2015, Section 31, Clause 1, an application for an authorized agent's license shall be submitted to the unit. 2, an application submitted under subsection 1 shall be made on the prescribed form and accompanied by the prescribed fee, and be such evidence of the applicant's professional qualification, ability, resources, experience, and integrity as the unit may require. 3, an authorized agent shall maintain a place of business in St. Lucia and shall promptly inform the unit of any changes in the address. 4, an authorized agent's license shall be revoked if A, the ability, resources, experience, or integrity of the authorized agent has fallen below the standard that might reasonably be expected. B, the prescribed fee remains unpaid for 14 calendar days after it has become due. C, the requirements of sub-regulation 3 have not been complied with, or the authorized agent has contravened any of the provisions of this act. Okay, subsection 5. An authorized agent shall sign a written agreement with the board, among other things, agreeing to adhere to the terms and conditions of the Citizenship by Investment Program. Prior to being granted a new license, be reviewed by the unit as to performance and suitability for continued involvement with the Citizenship by Investment Program. be responsible. And for the person who sent me the message about why do we need those agents, say that the agent must be responsible for all promotion, advertisement, or publication in relation to citizenship by investment published or disseminated publicly by any sub-agent, promoter, media outlet, entity, or person on behalf of or in conjunction with the said authorized agent. The agent has some stake in the matter, some skin in the game. If they can promote and generate more business, especially through their agency, then there's going to be more earnings in it for them. All right? And there's more there, but we have a call on the line. Hi, good afternoon. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton. Good
Yes.
afternoon to the listeners. Shelton.
Yes, man.
I want to ask the question because I'm getting so tired of this thing, man. But I want to ask, when did we get like this, bro? When did we get like this? Who brought us there?
I think
I don't know.
I think we all know.
I mean, St. Lucia had politics that I know from ages. After elections, I didn't even know if there was an opposition after elections. Even if it was 6, 7, 8, 9 in opposition. But people were going along their merry way and just waiting for the next election. Come and go about, we all know there is activities planned by this island. It doesn't matter who was in power. Everybody participates. You know, until the next 5 years, which we know was a time for election, everybody get into the mood and party again. Election go. Whichever party will people go about along their business. You will never hear it. I mean, in the days of Compton, there was not much noise coming from a Labour Party to say, you know, we would do much noise because, you know, I mean, when Labour Party went into office, it was from that kind of landslide in 97, you know, we still didn't have all of that roar and that thing. But we shall done. We've gone as if that. If our politics has almost gone to the dogs by Alan Chasse, you know.
Almost?
I don't want to say we have gone there. I think we still have a few bright people, you know. I mean, I think the Pinky Leaf Francis and all of those that are probably just set aside the Andy Daniels are just looking on and have left it for the Canadians and the pastors of America and, you know, to do all the rural thing. You know, but my friend, how did we get like that? How did Shasta brought us? How did we allow ourselves to get? I don't want to blame Mikud South because I mean there are people they exercise their rights, but let me just hope Mikud South will come around next time and say to themselves, nah, this is our country and we love it and we can't afford to let it go down like that. You know, I mean we have a Labour Party government that is there. That is looking after the country, the people, everybody. Yeah, God, I mean, you said do not take your name in vain, but I must call upon your name. I must call upon your name that we get to a place where we can restore some form of decency in the opposition. You know, get some people. I mean, I wanted to say I'm starting to love Alan Shafi because I want him to stay this on and never get back to office.
You know why I'm laughing? Because I agree with you, not Alan Chasney. There's another person I want to stay there to do what that person is doing because they think they're so heavy. They think they're so slick and so good, but they're messing up things so badly that you don't even need. I'm not going to mention any names. I want them to stay there and continue messing up things because they just think they're so slick and nice and dandy and heavy and so on. Let them think so.
I mean, so let's see how you explain the RICO law. What is it? You mean to tell me a man like Garfield Oliver, who is a pastor who lives, cannot go and get the RICO law and explain to his viewers that engaging in deceitful behavior and conversation to create such nastiness and problems for the people of St. Lucia?
Exactly.
I mean, see how Claudius Francis used to explain the Constitution and encourage people to go read the Constitution. I mean, we have my very good friend. I mean, you don't want me to say special, but you know, I mean, things we do not know. See how Miguel. So, you know, this is why I'm very good friends with Miguel. You know, because Miguel used to explain some things to me. Daniel Shelton. You know, Claudius Francis. You know, I mean, How can we not allow these people or do what they were asking us? Go read something, go do some research, understand. I mean, we may have our differences, we may have our dislike towards the party. I mean, Shelton, you cannot see Flabo have one conversation and to say that they are conversing with each other with facts or research. All those people do is jiwe mama.
Yeah, and repeat the same thing over and over and over again. And I always say a very good manifestation of a person's level of intelligence is how much they repeat themselves. You know, say the same thing over and over and over again because they don't have anything to say. You know.
So then if I want to talk about the movie, I go and watch the movie, I see what it's like, and then I get I can't just stay there listening to people. I do not know nothing about Rico, and they just telling it wrong. I will see you.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now I was just saying, come on, man. I think, I don't know, I'm tired. I don't know how we can get these people to come to an understanding. Look, the country cannot go that direction. We cannot allow Alan Chasley. We got to retrieve that little modicum of decency.
Yeah.
We got to retrieve it back and bring them back to a place.
All of a sudden, Alan Chasley has elevated Philip Martinez to a pedestal that is higher than Chasley himself as leader of the opposition. It's like all of a sudden Chasley has shown us that not even he thinks very highly of himself. You understand? That he needs to be led by the hand and he needs to take his cue and follow the lead of Philip Martinez. And all Martinez can tell us, I have evidence and I have evidence. And I am asking the Prime Minister to come and see the evidence that I have. Okay, if you have the evidence, you file a lawsuit.
I'm trying to say all manner of people are against me.
The correct place to put the evidence is in the court. You already filed your lawsuit. Why you want to call the Prime Minister and Ernest Hilaire, whom you say you're adding as a defendant, where you want them to come and see the evidence? Put the evidence with your lawyer. Lawyers have what they call the disclosure process, where you're not supposed to ambush each other in court. You understand? You're supposed to put pre-trial disclosure and say, look, we intend in the court to say that we have this, that, and we have that and so on, so the others can say, okay, in response to that, there are pre-court filings.
But in the first place, what does that have to do with us?
I don't know. This man, I rather suspect this guy don't have no case like what he's saying. He's tried to come across sounding terrifying and fearsome so that somebody will tell him, you understand? Oh, please, take us out of that. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. I suspect this is what is going on there. This is this is a shakedown, attempted.
Our millions that was taken from us.
Yeah.
Now going to the criminals. They don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
That is the problem. So then you have a very good weekend.
Okay.
Stay safe, my brother. All those who are listening to you, I want you to have a safe weekend. Be careful.
Yeah.
Those who are having a Saturday Sabbath, praise God, bless God. Those who are having worshiping on Sunday, I pray God your blessings also likewise. Have a wonderful weekend, my people.
Okay, thank you very much, my friend. Now, that's how we wrap up the real issues for today and for the week. It's 2 o'clock. The lotto will cut in at any moment. So thank you all very much. Do you think we should take that call, Jaquan? Yeah, okay, let's go. But, okay. Hi, caller. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sheldon.
Yeah, you're on the air, but the call may cut off and the lotto might come in at any time. So go ahead.
Just a quick thing. It's an observation with regards to a shooting, I think, in Choiseul.
Oh, yes.
And I saw someone put a comment on Facebook saying how now we have the opportunity to shut down the country because they're blaming SLP government for the shooting that took place.
Yeah.
You mean somebody can be so heartless?
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? This is the kind of thing, we're talking about. Everything is politics. Can you imagine the family of that young man
I'm saying? That person went out there to assist one or a Samaritan.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's what you're saying? Blaming the government?
Okay, the lotto has come, so we have to go now.
That's something that was disturbing. Let me see if I can call and make a little contribution.
Okay, thank you very much. And that's it, folks. We have to wrap it up now.
2024 Double Daily Grand 2, 6, 11, 15. Big 4 1, 3, 3, 9. Big 4 Multi-X 2X. Pick 2 1, 7. Pick 2 Multi-X 2X. 1 off 654. Lucky 3 660. Lucky 3 Multi-X 3X.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
The man, the voice.